how to actually become whole, right? Because I remember when I was younger, especially like during my senior year, my junior year, I was so like heartbroken that I wanted to heal all my trauma so I could be whole and like so I don't have to desire anything, right? If I didn't desire anything, I wouldn't be doing all these bad habits. I wouldn't be, in fight or flight, going for that sugary food. That's gonna make me a little less attractive to girls, especially like that's gonna hinder my confidence, right? So one of the best and uh kind of tedious, but it's probably like the best option you got to become whole. And this is actually how you become whole, right? You don't desire anything, you don't desire anybody, you're not chasing anything because it's all coming to you now. But this can help you actually manifest the life that you desire because you know that you have it in you. It's just like it's kind of like you versus yourself, right? You kind of need that ego death for you to like actually become whole. And one of the ways you can actually have that ego death is by meditating, right? I talk about meditating a lot. Like, I'm telling you, it's so beneficial. I be locked in on my meditation. I actually hit 100 days consistently meditating just today actually. So basically, um what I mean as in meditating, anybody can meditate, right? All it is bringing your focus back to the breath. But what I want you to do is try and make it your goal. If your goal is to be whole, so you don't like feel any loss, any pain, or any desire, anything like that. The only reason we feel pain is because we desire something and like we don't have it, right? Let's say I wanted the girl and like I desire the girl, like I want her so badly, and I don't have her, she doesn't like me or she rejects me or anything like that. Like obviously I'm gonna feel like shit, right? Especially if I'm like playing it over and over again in my brain. So basically being whole means like you don't really need anybody, right? You don't desire anything. You're not gonna be easily manipulated by people because the only way like manipulators can get to you is literally if you desire something. If you don't desire anything, they don't have any influence over you. It's kind of like they're talking to a brick wall, right? They're trying to get you to do this and do that, but they're not going to be able to do it because it doesn't get straight to you, right? You're not just going to automatically listen to them because whatever. You're not weak and fragile because you're strong and whole, right? And like you have everything that you ever wanted. And it's also going to get you to stop stressing more about everything. Is going to get you less out of your head, more present in the moment. And from doing so, when you're in the present moment, you basically have infinite intelligence. And meditation actually builds up your prefrontal cortex. Not a lot of people know that. It actually increases the gray matter in your front lobe, and by doing so, it's gonna make you able to. Let's say that you're trying to it's kind of like mind and body connection, right? Let's say you're trying to get better at baseball or anything like that. Any other sport that involves like your mind and body, obviously it increases your ability to do it, right? It increases your ability to visualize it and actually like go through with it, or like you don't even have to think about it because your subconscious does it for you. But it's very beneficial. Also, reading a book will also help you with that. I'll get into that later. But basically, what I'm getting at is meditation is probably like your only way of doing it properly if you genuinely want to see like some good ass results, right? What I mean as in meditation, okay, like if you are struggling with meditating like 5, 6 minutes or anything like that, obviously start off like low, don't go really high. Wait until like a month or two if like you're doing it consistently, right? To like increase it to like a couple hours a day, like I am doing now. So what I did, I started off with 5 minutes a day for a week straight. If you do that for a week straight, you're automatically gonna feel the benefits. Maybe by um well, you won't feel that much benefits, but you'll feel something by day 7. Okay, if you meditate 5 minutes for the whole week, then the next week bump it up to 10, bump it up to 15 each week. Just keep on bumping it to 5, and then eventually if you hit like 20, 30, and like you're trying to do like 2 sessions a day, 40 minutes like a day, then you could probably bump it up to you know, doing it hourly. Because what I generally do is I go to the clock app on my iPhone, or like you can just do it like on any phone or anything like that. I put my timer on like the stopwatch, and when I put the stopwatch on, I basically just make it like I just keep it in my mind to like relax as much as possible, like breathe as deeply as possible, and I put all my focus right here. If you are struggling, like say like you're really tight, because like the um trauma is manifested in the body through tightness, right? So all that trauma, all that tightness you feel in your body, all that like numbness that you feel, like we're supposed to feel way more, right? We're supposed to feel the chair we're sitting on. We're supposed to feel our nose when we breathe in. We're supposed to feel that air. We're supposed to feel our face and our jaw and everything, right? But we don't really feel it because we're freaking tired as hell. So that is like the only way you're how to be whole is literally just be relaxed as possible. Okay, you're not in fight or flight, you're in rest and digest, and when you're in rest and digest, you're making the best decisions possible because you're not in your head overthinking about this, that, right? It's not, your mind isn't going everywhere, right? So if you can just close your eyes, put your focus right here. If you are struggling like with tightness and like the pain and you don't want to deal with it, one of the best ways is literally just close your eyes. And then what I want you to do, like you see my eyes right now, like imagine my eyes are closed and then I just look up to my forehead. I literally just look up right here. And what this is gonna do is gonna make you have less thoughts, is gonna make your meditations way better. Yes, it's gonna be hard to like, keep on bringing it back, but that's the point of the meditation, is just to bring it back to something, right? So if that is too hard, focus right here and then you can level up to this. But basically this is kind of like the final boss. Like recently I've been trying this way more often, like with the kind of like the third eye. Basically, it's kind of like the third eye. When you open it, it's probably just making it. It gives you like a little buzz. It makes you feel better, and it you could probably like feel it right now if you close your eyes and just like try it. Like look up to your forehead, you can feel that sensation right there. All you have to do is just keep your awareness there and just breathe in as deeply as you can, and then just don't overdo it, right? Like just focus right there and just breathe in as much as you can and then breathe out as much as you can. And what this is doing is, like, if you don't have any thoughts and you're feeling all this stretching, right, you're not going to feel the pain as if like you were stretching, right? So if I was like stretching like this and like I consciously like had an effort, right, I put all my attention here to like dissolve that tightness, like that's another way you can do it if you're trying to relax. But if I do it this way, I'm obviously gonna like put the attention on the pain and I'm gonna feel it way more. But if I put my attention here and breathe in fully, I'm gonna be more likely to breathe a lot more deeply, and like I'm gonna be a lot more relaxed. And it's also gonna relax my face, jaw, and like my entire neck. And if you breathe like really deeply, right? If let's say like you took a really deep breath right now and your body like, you know, goes backward like that, or like forward or any of the sorts. One thing I realized is like if you just focus on your breath, your body is just gonna adjust itself, right? Say like I'm tight in my shoulder or like my neck or anything like that. All I have to do is just close my eyes, put my attention here, you see how like my shoulders just dropped? That means I was holding some tension right there. So like I'm telling you, like I'm still on my journey and like I've been putting in a lot of hours with it. So I'm trying to give you like some ball knowledge for it. So if you don't want to feel as much pain, especially if you're like if you don't like stretching or like the tightness or anything like that, because trust me, that it's gonna be like hours worth of this. And like if you notice this now, it's probably might as well go all in. But if you're just starting, you're probably not gonna realize what I'm talking about because like you haven't relaxed enough, right? Your brain has been going. We have constantly distracted and eventually we just become numb. And when we become numb to the pain, that's some scary shit, right? So like we humans are actually meant to feel good like 90% of the time. We don't feel good because like we have fight and flight mode and stuff, and we have years of trauma because people are constantly projecting their insecurities onto us, especially as like a very young age, right? They tell us don't cry, don't do this, don't do that, don't don't be angry. Like what? No, God gave us the right to be animated. Okay, so it's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be animated. Use your emotions productively, low though. Right? Let's say I'm sad over a girl, and I feel like being creative. Right? Well, obviously you probably won't feel sad about doing that, but if you want a way to express that emotion without like actually crying or anything like that, you can obviously write it down. Well, not obviously, but like you can talk about it to somebody. That's one way of healing your trauma. You could also breathe deeply and relax your body. That's another way of expressing it. You might even cry yourself. Like it's okay to cry. Like I'm telling you, you're gonna see a lot of these images of like your childhood like flashing through your mind, especially if you are like traumatized, right? If you're holding a lot of tension in your body, you have a lot of trauma. Is basically trauma is just like unstored or unprocessed emotions, and the best way to fix it is just relaxing your body as much as possible. That's the only way you're probably gonna get whole. Okay. What's another thing I could tell you? Mm. Oh yeah, breathe fully in and then fully out. Okay, I'm talking about as much as you can, and try and visualize. Put your awareness. Okay, when say like you're a guy. I don't know if you're a girl, but if you ever heard of like Kegel exercises, this might actually help you with like lasting longer in bed. Like I'm being genuine. Like this is crazy. Okay, so have you ever like stopped your pee while you're like this might sound weird, but like if you ever stop your pee while you're peeing like midstream, right? It's kind of like that, right? Use the same concept, but every time you breathe in, start from like your lower back or like from there, like all the way from that pelvic point, you know, tighten it, like do like some Kegel exercises, like tighten it, breathe in and then visualize like a line or like some air or like the air you breathe in is rising up through your back all the way to the front. This is going to help relax your entire body at once, kind of like a wave, right? It goes up and then goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And don't be scared to take up some space, right? For me, I used to be like very anxious, like very tight and stuff like that. I wouldn't really take that much space, but now I'm taking way much more space because I'm more relaxed, more loose, and this is gonna make you more confident, make you more attractive to people because like somebody there's this quote called like beautiful things don't ask for attention, but they still get the attention, right? So you're basically just going to be one of those beautiful things who don't ask for attention, and by doing so you're going to get the attention at the end of the day. Like it's crazy, right? But yeah, so meditation is very crucial. I recommend third eye right here. If that's not, if you can't do that, focus right here. This is probably the best one because like this is exactly where your breath is going, right? Especially if you're breathing through your nose. Do not be breathing through your mouth, because that is bad. It's gonna ruin your jawline. It's gonna ruin you're obviously, it's kind of like drinking unfiltered water, which is very nasty, right? Because if we breathe through our nose, it actually filters out all the toxic stuff. It doesn't, well, it filters out way more, and it actually makes it room temp when it goes into our body. When we breathe through our mouth, have you ever kind of like think of like when you were like running out in the snow or like been outside in the snow and you're like hyperventilating, like like your air is like cold as fuck, so it's making your internal organs cold, and it's kind of like messing up that kind of, right? So it's not really healthy and it's not really good. If you're running, probably like yes, do it, like obviously like mouth breathe if you need to, but it, you could also try and practice like nose breathing while running. I run all the time, so I used to try nose breathing while I was running, like, or like focusing on my breath while I was running, because I was like, holy shit, like I get really tight, especially when I run. Like my stomach, I'm not breathing through it as much, so it made it really difficult for me to do it. But eventually, you hit flow state and you don't even want to stop. Like it's crazy. You feel too good and you just keep on going. I remember one time I was coming back home and I literally almost like just kept on running in front of the street in front of cars, even though like I didn't have like the crosswalk or anything like that, because like I could not stop. Like it was crazy. Like my body was still going. Like I was just walking, pacing while I was waiting for this stop sign or like the stoplight to go, you know? So meditating very crucial, stuff like that. What I recommend doing that you could probably try out like today or any of the sorts like that. Give yourself a block of time, okay? You can put headphones on and just put some music. Put some music that you want to listen to, calming, relaxing, whatever you want. Whatever you want to listen to, just put your phone down right next to you, or put your phone down somewhere that like it's not in your hands, it's not in your pockets, nothing, okay? And then you're just going to lay on your bed, and then when you lay in your bed, just focus on your breath and focus on breathing. You can it's one way I started, and it made it where I was able to relax my body yet still be able to what's it called, still be able to enjoy something, right? Because like I feel like a lot of us, if we just go straight into nothingness, like especially like meditating and stuff like that, meditating is just bringing your focus back to your breath. And like if you take a deep breath right now while you're watching this video, you're damn, you just meditated right there. That's one rep in like the gym, right? Let's say like you're starting out the gym, obviously it's gonna be hard to keep your attention right here over and over again, right? But with meditation, it's just bringing it back. You focus right here. You realize you have a thought, like you start thinking, you drift off, you have a thought, you realize you have a thought, bring it back. Don't don't judge yourself, don't do anything. Just look at it and just be like, oh, thinking, okay, back to the breath. Telling you, you're gonna clear your mind, you're gonna be more present, you're gonna get hella girls because you're gonna be confident as fuck. I'm telling you, like, there's no insecurities when it comes to it. You're not gonna desire anything or like, and you're gonna be like a fucking 10 out of 10 Chad, and then you're gonna make the best possible decisions to get rich as fuck, right? So lay on your bed, just focus on breathing, and if it feels good to stretch, stretch, okay? The second best thing you could probably do, or compare it with the first one, obviously, like meditating, deep breathing, and stuff like that. Pair it with yoga, okay? That's literally kind of what yoga is. Yoga is just like very easy, very simple, and it's kind of hard, right? Because like you're very tight at first, like especially if you're someone who works out a lot. Like trust me, I used to bodybuild a lot. I was tight as hell, but now I'm more focused on my business, so I'm trying to focus on relaxing more than actually like working out, fitness, stuff like that. So one of the best things you could do is like, again, I usually start off with like, sitting down, meditating, and then moving on to something if I want to stretch, right? Uh I'm telling you, just allow your body to do whatever it wants, right? If it wants to move, if it wants to stretch out a little bit more so it can relax a little bit more, go for it, man. Do not limit yourself with anything. Do not limit your experience with anything of this, okay? Let your body unfold itself just by, you just got to focus on deep breathing, okay? That's your only goal. If you want to help out, like, trust me, you're going to be more likely to, like, actually help out and like go stretch, like do some yoga without even you realizing it, because you're just so focused on the breath and you're so focused on like just trying to relax as much as possible, which is crazy good. And trust me, this is gonna be like the best possible thing you could possibly do, right? So the third thing that you could do, if this is basically for the people who like don't like meditating and they don't like they can't really sit with their like mind, or like like say if I close my eyes and I had like no stimulation and like their mind is just chatting shit, because trust me, like I lived through that, like I've been through that, like my mind would chat shit about every little thing. I used to be insecure about my face, insecure about every little thing, every what other people thought of me, of what this, what that. Now I don't really care, and like I genuinely don't give a fuck, okay? I even meditate in public. I do whatever I want in public. I just do whatever I want, okay? I'm living me. I'm not living like this fake life with all these masks and shit. Like, no, I'm being genuine, especially when I go out in public and like people are talking to me. And if I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you. If I don't, then I obviously don't, right? So this is mainly for the people who struggle with, what's it called? They struggle with you know, sitting with their like no simulation and stuff like that. Okay, what you want to do is you want to get a book that you are genuinely interested in, right? So for me, it's psychology, manifesting, or any of those sorts, right? Something that like I'm naturally inclined to, right? It's over like influence, power, relationship, stuff like that, right? Something that like I'm gonna get into and I'm gonna be able to like read and relax. Okay, so I'll give you an example of a book that like I've read like a couple of times. Okay, this book right here, if you don't know about it, it's called The Way to Superior Man. You're going to get like a lot of value, especially this is basically like masculine and feminine. If I don't know, I'm not really promoting the book, but I'm just telling you like whatever. Literally, just read the um So it's nonfiction. I recommend nonfiction because might as well read something that you're gonna you're gonna be able to use in real life. If you're not really into nonfiction or any of stuff like that, just read something that you want. It's okay. I don't I'm not asking for much here, right? I'm probably asking too much for you to read in general. Like I feel like not everybody's going to read or like would like to read. I'm just giving you out the information that is gonna help somebody out there maybe in the future, okay? So I read nonfiction personally. Oh fuck, because I might as well read something that like is gonna benefit me, something I'm gonna use in real life, right? I'm not gonna waste my time reading some book that I'm not gonna use in real life, right? I can't. I never really got into fiction books or anything like that. Just maybe not my cup of tea. Okay, so what I would do is while you're reading, okay, make sure it's like try and get like a physical copy. If you can get a physical copy, 10 out of 10. If you can't, go on Kindle, buy like a $5, $6 book or anything like that, and literally just read, just read. And when you're reading, just try and deepen your breath, right? Because when we're watching like a video or something like this, right? Something that's like very stimulating, something that's going on that we have to pay attention, especially like scrolling on TikTok or anything like that. We're like subconsciously holding our breath because like we don't know what's going on, right? Um, it's hard to explain, but like we're not fully breathing fully. If we were breathing fully, we probably wouldn't have like all this mental health and like depression and stuff like that happening all around the world. So if you are going to read or use a screen while reading, try and make it a little bit more of a conscious effort to like breathe a little bit deeper. But I think you should be good after like page like 5 or 6 or like around 10 pages, right? I'm not saying you have to read all that. You can read just like one, maybe like 3 pages a day, like 1 page a day, like start off 1 page for a week, then 2 days. And that's basically how you build the habit. And eventually you'll just build a lifelong reading journey. And that's basically like one of the best things you could probably do for your life. It's gonna make you more rich because like every time you read a book, it's kind of like reading or like getting that person's experience, right? They lived a lifetime just to make that book. They got all that experience just to write all that information that you can use to be creative with, make new ideas, and like find new solutions to old problems. Like you're gonna get rich as fuck just from doing that alone because you provide so much value. But I recommend just reading a book that you genuinely like. Like you'll just hit flow state. Make sure you don't have your phone with you because like Loki, we do not be hitting flow state. Make sure your notifications are on if you are meditating or like doing yoga, anything like that. I don't have any notifications on. I have do not disturb. I don't even have like I be posting on Instagram almost like every night. I don't even have the notifications on that, John, bro. I'm just like, nah, I'm good, bro. But yeah, I think that's about it. You could also journal, like if you're trying to relax some more. Gratitude journaling, it's gonna basically get you into a more like gratitude, like be grateful for something, and by doing so, you're gonna be more happy, make better decisions, relax more. You're gonna have less thoughts, and you're gonna be more confident, right? But it takes a while for you to build that. So if you want to feel something like probably same day, I recommend reading because you got the stimulation and you got the relaxation and you also get the flow state, which is like a 10 out of 10. Flow state, if you can reach flow state every single day, you're probably living like one of the best lives possible because you're not having any thoughts that are like, oh shit, like do do I look do I look fine today or do I look okay or like, oh, what does this person think of me? Does this girl like me or no? No, is your mind isn't really chatting shit to you, right? Because trust me, my mind used to chat so much shit to me. I should be so insecure, so anxious, so like yeah. So best thing you could do, just no thoughts at all. Okay. Then eventually once you get good at like really good at meditating, you'll be able to like become to the present moment, right? Just bring back to the present moment. Present moment is just no thoughts and just being here right now. Do not force anything in this. Okay, do not force the yoga. Give it time. You're not gonna relax your entire body the first day you try it. Okay, it takes multiple days and it takes a dedication towards it, right? If you want a better life and you want to live like rich as fuck and you want like a 10 out of 10 physique with a 10 out of 10 girl, best possible thing you could do, relax as much as possible, especially if you're young. If you can get this while you're young, you are 20. Like I'm telling you, like you're gonna be like ahead of like 90% of the people who are gonna graduate when you're graduating or something like that, right? If you're already older, that's fine. Okay, no one cares. Just make it a conscious effort to relax a little bit more every day, and you will become whole and you will manifest the life that you desire. I'm telling you, like anything in this world is possible. If we can look at planes, or no, not, I'll read that as if we can look at birds and make planes out of that, then we can just have whatever the fuck we want, okay? There's no limitation. The only limitations are the ones that we put on ourselves, okay? And by doing, coming back to the present moment, meditating, doing yoga, reading, hitting flow state, gratitude journaling is gonna improve your mental health. It's gonna make you more charismatic, a good person. You're gonna be more giving. You're gonna be more abundant. You're gonna attract a lot more stuff and worry less. And that's just a life that's worth living right there, right? You're gonna be living a way better life than the one that you are right now, and you're gonna be able to like get out of a toxic relationship if you're in one, or you're gonna be able to have the power to like resist the drugs or sugar or anything like that. So you can manifest the goal that you desire. Okay. Plus your sleep is gonna be like a fucking 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, like I have not been consistent with my sleep, but like when I do sleep, whew, that relaxation is like 10 out of 10. Okay. Anyways, oh yeah, and your body efficiency is gonna be way higher because, like, when we're asleep, we're actually like we hold a lot of tightness. Like a lot of us don't even know that either. So if you relax your body, you're gonna help your improve your sleep, and improving your sleep is just gonna it's just a win all around. It's gonna make you smarter. It's gonna make you have more gray matter. It's gonna make you make better decisions, not crave that sugary stuff and stuff like that. So if this video helped you, like, share, I don't really care. Do whatever you want. Subscribe if you want, and stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Anyways, y'all have a great night. I love y'all. Bye.